This is really an unexpected update if I'm going to be honest. They recently dropped some units that are no longer around in mainline services but either scrapped or moved to other countries for more service years. The locomotives they dropped are the General Electric C30-7s. I really thought these were not coming to Southline. I mean, they did show some screenshots of the new C30-7s a few months ago. I also showed those on my live stream too whenever they announced it.
Norfolk and Western C30-7. And here's the another one, another C30-7. This is a Norfolk Southern one. I could technically say this is still owned by Norfolk and Western since it says Norfolk and Western under it.
Not only did they added the C30-7s, they also updated the BNSF Executive SD70 Max, a few ATSF units, including the SD45u, SD40-Jus, and the CSX OCS train. Wonderful. Honestly want those SD70 Max to have an update badly. The horn of the BNSF Max sucked. I hated it. Whatever. That's all I'll be talking about. The BNSF Executives, a few ATSF EMD models, and the C30-7s. And the CSX OCS. I forgot about that too. Let's get into the video. The first unit we'll be talking about are the CSX F40PH units. I'll just be using CSX1 for mainly on the screen mostly, but I'll be talking about CSX2 and 3 as well. CSX1 started off as an Amtrak F40PH. It was built back in 1978 as Amtrak 280, CSX2 built in 1985 as Amtrak 395, and CSX3 built in 1981 as Amtrak 390. They will be operating with Amtrak until the late 1990s. They were showing their age and were in the middle of purchasing of new units from General Electric. Because of it, they sell their F40PH to leasing companies. These three F40PH were sold to the Ohio Central, or OHCR. OHCR 395 and 390 were sold to CSX in the late 90s and were paying into Wine 2, numbers from 9992 to 9993, while for CSX1 was sent to CSX in 2006, still in its Amtrak colors until it was repainted into Wine 3 the same year, and it was renumbered to 9998. These three units will go on to work with CSX for OCS runs until in 2021, CSX repainted these three units to the Baltimore, Ohio paint scheme. The three F40PH locomotives are renumbered to 1 to 3. They still operate to this day for office car special runs across CSX's system. PTC is installed to the three units and their horns are the K5LA horns. Now let's get into the CSX OCS Cars, with a tribute of previous CEOs, presidents, and chairmen. Unfortunately, the information of these passenger cars are very limited as not many people know much of the details of each car, but what we do know is when they were built and what they're used for. The first car is Alfred E. Perlman, the former president of the New York Central, built in 1926 and is used as an executive car. Next is Alvin R. Carpenter, former chairman and president of CSX, built in 1915 and is used as an executive car as well. Champion M. Davis, an influential figure of the Atlantic coastline, built in 1946 and is used as a power car. David M. Levin, former president and chief executive officer of Conrail, built in 1917 and used as a storage car. E. Hunter Harrison, former CEO of CSX, built in 1958 and is used as a coach or a lounge car. I guarantee y'all hate this man because he's the reason why PSR exists and most of these old locomotives are now gone. Hayes T. Watkins Jr., former chairman of CSX, and was the reason why the merger of CSX was a success back in 1986, built in 1924 and is used as an executive car. John W. Snow, former CEO of CSX and former U.S. Secretary of Treasury, built in 1953 and is used as a crew car bedroom. John T. Collision, a fourth-generation railroader who led the Chessie System and Seaboard System Railroad until his retirement as vice chairman, built in 1944 and used as an executive car. John W. Smith, first chairman of the Seaboard Coastline and last president of the Seaboard Airline, built in 1948 and is used as a diner lounge car. Michael J. Ward, former CEO of CSX, built in 1954 and is used as a bedroom coach car. This coach car doesn't honor any human, but this car started up as the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway built in 1948. Pretty unique coach car. Robert R. Young, who led the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway built in 1917, is used as a dual-X stateroom car. And finally, W. Thomas Rice. He was also the reason why the CSX merger was a success. Built in 1954 and is used as a theater car. Now with the old locomotives. The first unit is the Santa Fe C30-7. Santa Fe purchased the GE C30-7s from General Electric between the years 1977 to 1982, from numbers 8010 to 8166. These will be painted in the Bluebonnet scheme. Sometime in the 1980s, Santa Fe started painting their units to the yellow and red scheme nicknamed the Kodachrome scheme. This was painted because of a merger attempt with Southern Pacific, which did not succeed. It was left to be in the Kodachrome scheme after the merger failed and went on to work with their original owners. And it's also the most famous failed merger in the railroad industry. Today, these two paint schemes are no longer around. Some may have been scrapped or sold out to other railroads outside of the United States to continue their service. Their horns were equipped with RS3Ls. Next are the ATSF SD40-2s, both models, the regular with the BNSF patches and the snoot nose with no patches. Santa Fe purchased the SD40-2s from Electromotive Division between the years 1977 to 1978 and were numbered from 5020 to 5213. From 5020 to 5027 and 5109 to 5140 are designed to have the nose to be long, which is nicknamed the snoot nose. It was designed to haul long-distance trains such as intermodal trains and coal trains they used to serve back in the day. It was very helpful to operate at varied terrain areas such as the Cajon Pass, where it was used as helper units. These units would go on to operate with Santa Fe until the merger of BNSF in 1996. They will have patches underneath the road number with their new numbers added. They would continue to serve for mainline services until GE took over the old power with new locomotives such as the Dash 9s, AC44s, and a lot were commonly found on mainline services at that time. The snoot nose were painted into H4, used for local services, while some may have either been sold off or scrapped. While the ATSF SD40-2s, some still remain with its regular ATSF colors to this day, now operating with local services or yard switching. Some of these ex-ATSF units have PTC installed and mostly are equipped with K3LAs and some with RS3Ls. Next, the SD45Us. These started off as regular SD45s. Santa Fe purchased the SD45s from EMD between the years 1966 to 1970. The original numbers of the SD45s were numbered from 1800 to 1924. They would later be renumbered to 5501 to 5624. These would go on to work with ATSF until it started having issues. The 3600 horsepower engine started having crankshaft failures and caused the locomotive to not operate again. Because of this, Santa Fe decided to rebuild their SD45s to SD45Us. These new improvements included control systems and an engine block reinforcement to prevent crankshaft failures. These will be renumbered from numbers 5300 to 5438. They would continue to work with ATSF until the merger of 1996. Some will be sold out to leasing companies while others will continue to work with BNSF, but not very long. These will be sold out to other leasing companies as BNSF starts selling the old power in the early 2000s, mainly the National Railway equipment. All the ATSF SD45us are no longer in BNSF's roster. Their horns are equipped with RS3Ls. Next is one of my favorite EMD models to ever exist, the EMD ST70 Mac. EMD introduced the ST70 Mac in 1993. Burlington Northern was a major customer of these units. They purchased the ST70 Macs from EMD between the years 1993 to 1995, from numbers 9400 to 9716. They were painted into the executive paint scheme. They would continue to operate with Burlington Northern until the merger in 1996. These would be patched up with some of their old BNSF logo on the nose and the BNSF lettering on the cab side, and for others with the new BNSF logos on the side. Today, most of these are now in storage, sold, and other type of stuff as BNSF start to replace these units to new GE ET44s they purchase. Fun fact about me, I caught about 3 ST70 Macs leading, and I'm honestly glad I had the time to get these units before they were stored or just not going to be used ever again. Some of the XBN ST70 Macs have PTC, and their horns are the K3HAs and K3LA horns. Now back to the C30-7s. Again, Norfolk Southern C30-7s. They started off as Norfolk and Western C30-7s. Norfolk and Western purchased the C30-7s between the years 1976 to 1978 from numbers 8003 to 8082. Their forward position is located at the long hood, which N&W believe that if it's facing on the long hood, it will have a better protection for the crew in the event of a collision. However, when the merger of the Southern Railway happened in 1982, they were repainted to Norfolk Southern, and the position was switched to the front at the nose. They also left the NWs showing that it originally came from the Norfolk and Western Railroad, basically what Canadian National is doing to their other companies such as Illinois Central, GTW, etc. Anyways, these C30-7s will go on to work with Norfolk Southern still with their original numbers until they sold them off to leasing companies, particularly HLGX. These will be patched up and renumbered from 6800 to 6828. The last C30-7 that was left on the rouser was sold off in 2001, but no one really knows the last number. Anyways, these are equipped with RS3Ls. Next, the CSX C30-7s. These were originally from the Seaboard Coastline, Seaboard System, and Louisville and Nashville, and a lot more that I cannot name in the video. All these were renumbered from 7000 to 7095. From 7116 to 7140 are the former Conrail C30-7s as they purchased during the split of Conrail in 1999. These units will work with CSX until the 2000s, when they started selling the C30-7s to leasing companies. Some were even sold out to other railroads that are out of the United States. These include these two countries, Brazil and Estonia, to continue their service. All the CSX C30-7s are no longer in the roster as many are scrapped or sold. These were equipped with K-file lave horns. Last but not least, the BN C30-7. Burlington Northern purchased the C30-7s between the years 1976 to 1981. These were numbered from 5,000 to 5141 and 5,500 to 5,599. These will be working with Burlington Northern until the merger in 1996. Some were either been sold off to leasing companies or continued to work with BNSF as patches. But most wouldn't last long with BNSF as they began to get rid of old units and sell them off to leasing companies. Some of the XBN C30-7s were saved and were transported out of the United States to continue to work with other railroad companies, one particularly the All Railroad. They purchased a ton of C30-7s from the previous owners, mainly ATSF and BN, and they will be painted in their company scheme. I really do not have much information of these units if they're still in service. Anyways, these units are equipped with RS3Ls. And that marks the end of today's video. A lot of yapping of each unit. That's what I do. Talk about their cool backstories, and I enjoy it. Again, this is really an unexpected update because I really thought these units would not come to Southline District. Not gonna lie, I'll take the old power for ops. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. We're trying to hit 900 subscribers, so I'd be appreciated if you subscribe. Alright, I have nothing to say now, so yeah. Have a wonderful night, or day, whatever time it is for you, and take care as always.